Leeds United are going into the 26-27 season off the back of 3 signings, smashing a record in James Trafford from Manchester City, and a very decent season in the Premier League. Can't be understated. However, will that season stick? Because we do know there's such thing as second season syndrome, which today we're going to try and stop, because we're the new board owner of Leeds United. Daniel Farke stays, but we're in charge of transfers, philosophy, and also winning. We're going to try and get this team ticking in potentially our final save before FC 27, trying to not only make Leeds great again, but make them dominate the world. Yes, people, here we are, Leeds United, sticking with Daniel Farke's tactics, which are on screen. We've got the transfers done. We're into the 2026-27 season. Very happy about getting this going, and I'm really excited. We use life points, so some injuries. I think we had a life point because we've got them on high frequency. About our budget, but we've got the new players. We haven't really loaned out thoroughly, like Harry Gray's still here. I mean, we've got Wilson, but the game's just been updated. So the face mods I usually put in because we are using mod packs for today. We don't have the faces. However, we've got the new kits. We've got the new player in James Trafford. Tariq Morhemovic, you're going to have to tell me how to say that in the comments below. Juventus was rumoured interested, but he actually chose Leeds United. The captain, Ethan Ampadu. Hang about, I actually got a Topps card this morning. Look at that, Ethan Ampadu. It's a parallel version. Also got this man, which is Lucas Demecha. Pretty cool. Anyway, enough of that. We've got 36 mil, which doesn't seem like the most money. And that is because, of course, when you're in your second season in the Premier League, your budget goes down in FC. We've got Hull, we've got Ipswich, we've got Coventry promoted. It is the Premier League. Of course, the fixtures don't match real life. Today, we're starting with Arsenal, then Sunderland, then United. By the way, I'm trying a few more things for this rebuild. A, we stood up. B, I think I've edited the mic. So let me know your thoughts down below, and whilst you are down there, subscribe to the channel. We're after maybe 100 likes. Let's just set the aim right there. On this video, as these are the players that we've lost: Jack Harrison to New England, Verba to Schalke, Schmidt to Young Boys, Darlow to Manchester United, Ilham Meslier, because they're getting keepers out to make room for James Trafford, and Pascal Struijk, which I think is a loss, but a left-footed centre-back has come in. Now, if you follow on TikTok and the main channel, you'll know my predictions for Leeds weren't great. I'm reviving myself with the Leeds fan base right here. I'm going to make you the best team ever. And I am going to speak to the manager, Daniel Farke. We need to get cooking this season. You've been backed. I think we'll back you for potentially one more player, but if you want more signings than that, you will have to sell a player. Or I will. And I'm not afraid to do that. I wish to work well with you, Daniel Farke, but no coffee and cake time. This is serious stuff. We want to avoid going down again. Contract-wise, the captain is actually up this season. Aronson, Gruev, Joel Perot and Joe Geldhart. They're 2 players we could look at offers for. Bogle, I obviously want to keep around the club. Nemecha, maybe? However, I think a big name we get out definitely is Lucas Perry. That being said, he's only one of 2 keepers. We might have to keep him around, and we've got coaches in. Tactical style I'm willing to change slightly. Daniel Farke changed to this system, got a lot of success, but I think he's going to change again. For me, he has to be a bit more expansive. We can't sit with 3 midfielders, just 2 strikers. I think this shape that he played against Liverpool in pre-season, the 4 or 3-4-3, especially with Harry Wilson now involved on that wing, or potentially in the centre, could work wonders. So we're going to switch to this. However, if we want to switch tactics again, we can only go back to what we just had, or else we're going to have to change the gaffer. I'm thinking this would be our starting 11. Bogle on the right-hand side. Goodmanson, I think he's such a player, on the left. Okafor can play on the left wing. Calvert-Lewin, Harry Wilson. Okay, I'm now looking at this Leeds team and seeing it's much more comfortable than I actually anticipated. We've got experience like Longstaff with an unknown injury. That is very weird. James, Aronson, Nemecha. The bench is covering. We can sell players. Ramanzani, Peru. Get another player in. Tanaka's in these reserves. Ew. You're going on the bench. Ampadu can either be a centre-back or a midfielder. I'm going to trust him in the midfield. Same as Tanaka, who actually changes quicker, so Tanaka could get some game time in simulations. Our most comfortable midfielder is Sean Longstaff. He's in the centre mid role with Anton Stach. We'll have to see how it goes, as we're going to have Trafford changing to a ball player. That's going to be the shape. We've got wide playmakers, which Harry Wilson should do very well. And I'm very excited to use him. I think he will be a key asset for Leeds this season. Someone who won't be, however, is Joffy. He's never worked under this manager to his full extent. It was better at Hull City, but Torino has found a home over in Italy. I think that's a good home for Joel Pirot, if we can get him out to Alcacia. Butchered the name, I know, and we've got rid of Ramanzani, who's been loaned out multiple times. Largi's going to Wolves in the Championship for 17.1. Now that ups the budget to 57 million. We want to keep a budget ready for January. We've got to make sure this Leeds team doesn't go down. The aim this season is to have fun. Sounds a little bit like Ted Lasso speaking, but we've got to do what we've got to do. I feel like we survived last season. We go one better. Youth players, we've got Kieran Barber, 60 rated. A goalie, Argus Papadopoulos. Logan Rhodes. Okay, I think this actually saves us buying a scout in season 1, so I'm going to promote them players. We don't need any more keepers. We need first teamers. And we've just got this. Inside access. Someone wants to film us. Now, this has happened before with Leeds. It was under the old ownership, which didn't go too well. They even exposed Daniel James signing for Leeds before he actually went to Manchester United. Could be more money, but no documentary allowed. Sorry, lads. You're not watching Leeds. Will be more fun on the field, I promise you, as there goes out Joel Pirot. And the youth will continue to be loaned out. I might have to ask the gaffer which position we need, but instead of the gaffer, why don't we speak to the captain of the club? Ethan, your experience, you've been here a while at this team. You know the players around you, you know how valuable they are to their positions. Where do we sign? Well, he says firstly he wants a contract himself, but he knows Calvert-Lewin isn't very young. He trusts his teammate Rodon behind him, and he trusts, of course, Wilson now on the wing. Goodmanson was great. Okafor is great on the wing. Tariq could use some work, but I think you get a backup striker in. I love Nemetra. I love Calvert-Lewin. Please don't make it out that I don't. Don't worry, Brendan, and I think I agree with you. We need another backup striker because we lost Peru. And there's rumours that Leeds United actually rejected Rafa Leao after his agent offered him to them. First of all, that is balmy. And second of all, I forgot about this link. We have Igor Paxiao, who's linked with Leeds in real life. He rejected them last summer. Or the article I'm reading said so anyway. We do have Liam Delap on this list, who's now a bench warmer at Chelsea. But I can't have him bench warming here. Calvert-Lewin has to start games. Demirovic isn't younger, which points towards this man. I'm going to get him a face scan. But Nicolo Tresoldi, now the Metzger's German, but the manager is German. I want to trust Daniel Farke. We've lost Joffy. We've lost Perot. This shows my faith in Okafor, because Okafor is going to stay on that wing. His backup is only Willy Gnonto. I don't want to pay all that money. Can we go 32 million? 32.6 with a sell-on clause as well. Wow. Club Bruges being Bruges. But I do have strict transfers on. I want to get to playing games, and Nicolo Tresoldi signs for Leeds United. Very good first bench signing, and still yet, I'm not convinced on Aronson, Nemetja and Ilya Gruev to sign them up to further deals. But going into this season, a 3-year deal for Ethan Ampadu could get the fans on side. Oh, and I forgot the season started with Arsenal. At least we're at Ellen Road, and after this game, the players like Okafor, the likes of Ayo Tanaka, who isn't in this starting 11, however, should still be trained to play their natural positions in Daniel Farke's shape, which, obviously, we've said we're going to trust right now, and hope that trust works out. Anton Stach into Ampadu, Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin needs that run in the centre because Harry Wilson, as a playmaker, is going to try and find him. Wilson cuts inside. Why is Okafor not making the run? Should we have signed Igor? Gyökeres waits for Bukayo Saka there, looking to retain the title. We're looking to try and surprise and have fun with Gyökeres, saved by Trafford, but still goes in the goal. Arsenal take the lead. Not the greatest of starts to our campaign here with Leeds United, but we'll keep going. Tariq Maherimovic out to Goodmanson. Goodmanson goes inside. That is a bit of a sloppy pass, though, from Anton Stach. He's the team carrier. By the way, it goes without saying, if a player plays well for me in this team and a bigger club, for example, the German, Bayern Munich bids, I've got no choice but to sell. I ain't standing in players' ways. Martin Zubimendi, Goodmanson, that's the kind of chairman that I am, but Saka. Bukayo Saka, how's he squeezed that ball back in? Better by Stach. Now Stach goes back. Calvert-Lewin. Play a 1-2 and make a run. He's not the quickest of players. Nicolo Tresoldi might have a bit more pace. That's across the deck. Anton Stach, he misses the goal. No changes to be made. However, that performance, it could have been better. I'm quite irked over the miss. I can't lie. Rodon, that is a very risky pass, but Ampadu driving through. Omar Bogle. Not Omar, that's an ex-Grimsby Town player. It's Jaden Bogle. He can't get the ball back into him. He's inverting. Bogle on the ball again. He goes into Calvert-Lewin. If Harry Wilson's on side here, it looks like he was halting up. He's off. As is Calvert-Lewin. We haven't seen a goal from him, and we've got to play the debut boy. Tresoldi's got the number 10, and Ødegaard, he cuts away from us. Look at the skills from Martin Ødegaard. That's not real. Yakabijol gets the block in, and are we getting the free kick, please? There's only 3 minutes left on the clock. Come on, Leeds, we've got to get quicker. Forward, Ampadu, he's the ball carrier. Bogle, we've got 2 players out wide, don't forget. And a goal here at the end of the game would give something positive in our reign to the fans to start off with. Leeds United open up the season with a defeat. But positives, say the news outlets. Now, obviously, as a manager, I'm not going to see them straight away. I'm hoping with Ipswich, Hull and Coventry, no offence, we should be surviving. In terms of squads, now if we don't get a big player or a big bid in for one of these big players, for example Stach, Ampadu, Biol, I think we are going to keep the team together, keep rocking with what we have. Matteo Joseph still at the club, I'm going to try and get him out. A +4 already for Argus Papadopoulos. We loaned him out, and Logan Rhodes, Chambers, and +5 already for Kieran Barber. He's one to watch. He's got a loan to League One. Oh, and this is just exactly what we needed in episode 1. Training injury between James Trafford and Jacobijol. I've simmed up to Ipswich Town away because, hey, it's played on my birthday. Plus, it's a game I do reckon we win to get some momentum behind us. So far, they're bottom of the league, 0 wins. We've got 1, lost 4. That 1 win coming against Crystal Palace, and we have progressed in the Carabao Cup. James Trafford's recovered from his injury, and it seems like Jacobijol has as well. So we've got a full team. And of course, Perry plays in the Cups, not the league. A few changes to make, like Jaden Bogle, +1. Ampadu's not ready. Harry Wilson is 81, one of the highest in the club by a bit. Apart from him, there is no 80 rated, and come on, Daniel Farker, give your chairman, your new boss, by the way, a bit of a birthday boost, because only 1 win out of 5 games, no draws. I'd rather gamble on a win than a draw, granted, but it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for Leeds. So Anton Stach, embarrassing pass from him again. He is not performing like IRL. Humphreys, Darnell Johnson, Ogbene. We should be beating these tractor boys by a couple of goals if we can actually get them. Al-Hamadi sneaks inside. Ogbene getting a bit of an angle. Kicked away to Matasiwa. Daniel Johnson blocked by Goodmanson. Now let's go. Let's go. There's a ball across. Ampadu onto Jaden Bogle. Bogle looks straight away for Harry Wilson. He's got to torment this defender. He cuts back inside. On his left foot does the wide playmaker into Anton Stach, who yet again lets down. I don't like him in the pass. I don't like him in the move. Barbrook, we've tried to slide in and block the pass forward from him. We're just trying to get blocks in everywhere. Matasiwa into Johnson around the corner now. Ogbene. Humphreys with a bit of a gap. Trafford comes a long way. They mess up their own move, but they're all over us, and we cannot get out of our own half against Ipswich Town. No offence made, by the way. I just think Leeds United should be beating these hands down if we are to even survive in this league. James Trafford makes an unbelievable save. Yellow card Stach. Tresoldi on the bench, who we might put on. James Trafford came a long way. Wilson doesn't clear it. And the ex-Leeds United player, Davies, on the ball. Leaf makes a run into the box. El Hamadi's trying to get a shot off at every single opportunity. But a counter-attack. Could we turn into a counter-attacking team? Here goes Noah Okafor. Just keep running. Just keep running. He's run out of green space. Tiresome is the word I'd describe it as now. Just working hard, but everything's just going slightly wrong, which is annoying. Offside trap's been good by these, but I do need to change the numbers on the shirts. I'll do that before next episode. Harry Wilson trying to cut in. We can't take the ball off them. I'd love to see the bloody stats at the end of this game. I'm trying to make subs as well. We can't carry on like this. I mean, it can, but it can't afford to be. So Okafor, he slides inside. Anton Stach. Go back out wide. We've got a bit of an angle now. We've got a 3-on-1. Goodmanson in the box, trying to break through. Daniel Farke will have to answer some questions from me. Tactically, I'm not seeing the vision. I think things definitely need to change. Playmakers maybe not working. Wilson get out on the wing. Bogle crossing the ball in. There's Tresoldi. That's a better move. Willie Nonto to pick up on it. This might be the last chance of this half. Ampadu can shoot. We drift it onto Harry Wilson. He's offside. He can't stay onside. Something needs to change. The next round of the Cup's going to be Manchester City. But before that, Tottenham. Everybody on world football knows how much Tottenham have been struggling lately. And I thought that'd give us a chance to actually get going. I mean, I'm really going at Daniel Farke, but when Brighton with Hurtsler are down in 20th, shows you the league's not begun. We picked up 2 draws and our top scorer, 9 games, 5 goals, is Daniel James. Tresoldi's even got the same and he's our bench man. The media are now crying out for Tresoldi to get some game time. And Daniel Farke in his press conference says it might be the time to change the lineup up. Come on, Ellen Road, our number 10 is featuring. And we've made some changes. Tanaka's in, Boranau's in, James had to come in because of the goal scoring threat. We need to actually score a goal in game. Welshman replacing Welshman. It is Leeds, what's the word? Sicumu? I can't really say it. What is that word? I'm sorry, Wales. I don't know how to say Welsh or Wales in Welsh. Anyway, can't get it off. And a Polis. What a player that is. Don't know who it is like, but I like the name. Jayden Bogle wins this ball. Feed it through. That was meant just to be a soft 1-2. Ayo Tanaka running through. Oh, he almost caught Pedro Porro. 5 minutes left on the clock. Tariq Murhermovic gets his pass out into Rodon. Rodon goes straight through onto Ampadu as well. He's going to turn out. Jayden Bogle has an option over the top. We are miles onside. We haven't even changed the tactics because it does seem like the tactics are working for the likes of him and the likes of Tresoldi. At least we're taking the game to Tottenham here, but we've still got a long way to go. Prefer this team we play in. Skill moves though. Bornau, don't let them straight back into this. Second half is underway. Our Belgians being turned. Great save, Trafford. Are we becoming a counter-attacking team? I mean, long-term, I wouldn't really like that. But it might work here. Dan James, if he can find Tresoldi. Tresoldi's found. Tresoldi scores! The only player we've signed ourselves today. Must have got most goals in the Cups, but he changes to the league. And finally, who else but Spurs to get 3 points against? It's a link-up between the 2 players that Daniel Farke, a.k.a. me, put in the squad. And let's be honest, should have been saved. But let's mark up. That is embarrassing from Dom Solanke. Trying to chip us, and Wilfred Nonto has got a run on here. We should be out of the relegation zone. We've made our substitutions. Nonto definitely took that too far with Goodmanson finding Longstaff. Tresoldi wants it again. Tresoldi turns, scores. Longstaff sets him up. The gaffers give him a chance. Both Longstaff off the bench. Tresoldi in this starting 11, left foot finesse. And genuinely, I love this team even more. So now I don't think it's an actual placement thing. Wide playmaker is where Noah Okafor is going to train. He's gone up by 3 changing to a winger, as now this is the team I'm going to play for the Cup. Round of 16 against Manchester City, and we're out. Jack Grealish returned to them. Wilson opens his account, and I thought we could get a Cup run going. Daniel Farke, you've let me down. Don't let me down again in the league. This next trip, no, we haven't travelled by NASA, but it's St James's Park. Gaffer still with some convincing to do. And by the way, we're going to have to zoom on in this kit in a bit because, yes, we're going to get new kits for next season, but this is a stunner. This Leeds United Lello one, or yellow one, I'm only joking, into Anthony Gordon, though. They haven't made their transfers, and Trafford, who they always wanted, lets it in. Gaffer, come on. We've made minimal changes now. You're playing with your best team. Don't concede straight off the bat. Dan James isn't in the lineup, but Tresoldi is. Anton Stach should have a link-up. They're all Welsh and German in our squad for the majority, so it should be good. It should all be linked up correctly. Joelinton into Tonali. Bruno Guimaraes has just moved today. And what's with the chip-in? Can we cut that out? Because I find it condescending and I find it really rude to us as another fellow team. You shouldn't be doing that. Good block, but no good performance so far. There we go, spreading it out into Noah Okafor. Goodmanson. We're running behind players now, Anton Stach. Maybe Tanaka actually, but Alanga Oh, he's just sent Joe Rodon, who's now the captain, because Ampadu's not in this lineup. I don't think, anyway. Gimaresh, Travella, wide. We've got to wake up. It's just sloppy. It really is. Ao Tanaka gives it out wide into Bogle. Bogle gives it into Tresoldi. Going to go back out wide again. We've got the inverted fullback role on lock. And there's Jaden Bogle, who can't even shoot. They get the corner or the goal kick even. This is now deeply frustrating. I'm not going to sack the manager because obviously I said this season to have fun. We've still got players panning into the style, into the tactics. New striker and goalkeeper can literally just change your form around, as this game is showing. You've got now players saying they need to do better, and when you agree as the chairman, you've really got to have a conversation with your gaffer. So I'm going to say, Daniel Farker, we need to improve this form, especially heading into December, but I am actually going to give you the backing. We saved enough money and we lost some players in the summer so we can go again in this January transfer window. Don't let me down, Daniel. I know I'm going to help with the signings. I have to include my own thoughts with my own money. But let's go again and actually get some wins under our belt. Because even the press are now interviewing me, and I'm saying I'm fully backing my manager. We'll have a player to sign in January, and we will continue to progress this Leeds team. Ellen Road to the advantage, like it was against Spurs. Hull. If we don't beat Hull, I think I might sack him on the spot. Never mind what I just said. I'm only joking, but yeah, we've really got to win this one. Tresoldi. He's around his players. Tresoldi. Nicolo Tresoldi. Oh, he should have. Team were absolutely at ABCs. Or Zs and Ys. Joe Rodon, he comes forward out of this back line and he finds a good pass into Anton Stack. Stack has been fouled. I'll take the penalty instead of the chance. It's Paddy McNair. It's going to be taken by Nicolo Tresoldi. Should maybe be Harry Wilson, but it is 1-0 against Hull. Vital game for the club and manager. I'd love to, actually see a goal from someone else, but 25 minutes in and Hull's not threatened us, which is a good thing. We've slid in behind their back line. Goodmanson, this could be it. Anton Stach! Yes! 2-0 before half-time. Anton, we have been waiting for you to arrive. I know his quality here he possesses in real life. Great to see it in game. Oh, marching on together. Another one before halftime would be great. Look at their defense, though. It comes so far forward. Here goes Noah Okafor. He goes early because I thought the defender was actually going to come in for a slide tackle. He didn't. And Noah Okafor again. If he keeps on dribbling. It's usually Undoy that likes to finesse shots. No handball. A lot of pinball, but no hand. Second half. It's going very quickly. But then again, we'll take a victory. We desperately need them at the moment. Goodmanson, is it the formation that Hull City are playing? Now, I said I might want to make a few changes myself, but this is getting simple. German link-up, green chemistry link. Nicolo Tresoldi. He haven't scored many today, but he's got 2 braces. Stack's got a goal and an assist. Now, Suslov's got a bit of a run on. Hull City have not threatened at all, so if they just threaten and score, would have been embarrassing. Liam Miller hits the side netting, though. Mahairovic. Anton Stach, Goodmanson. It's a smart turn, Wilfred Nonto. Nonto hits Tresoldi. Will he get the hat-trick? No, because he passes it. And Ao Tanaka with 10 minutes left. Episode 1 is going to finish beautifully because we're actually going to get 4 goals. I can't wait to see you in episode 2 because nothing should happen here as Leeds United pick up an emphatic victory against the team favoured to finish bottom.